55 years ago today, the Soviet Union's imperialist nature truly manifested to all when 2,000 tanks, 250,000 soldiers, and hundreds of aircraft invaded Czechoslovakia. I decided to make this video because I spoke to some historically well-read people about the event today, and the sentiment I got was that it was a bourgeoisie, capitalist, counter-revolutionary movement. They were perhaps parroting Castro's famous quote, "The Czechoslovak regime was headed towards capitalism and was inexorably heading towards imperialism. Of that we did not have the slightest doubt." But that's not really true. The Prague Spring was an anti-Soviet Union movement, yes, but it was a socialist movement. Coming after decades of oppression, purges, and economic inefficiency, the Czechs began seeing the Soviet Union for what it was, a state capitalist economy run by bourgeoisie nationalists. Despite the propaganda, it was obvious that it wasn't the people who owned the means of production, but it was the state. The movement sought to restore a real socialism with genuine workplace democracy, establishing workers' assemblies where managers of the factories would be elected and have autonomy from the inefficient central government, where the fruits of labor weren't consumed by the corrupt cadres, where the party control would be loosened to finally let the people sing. However, the Soviet Union and the Warsaw Pact was an empire held together by fear, repression, and military might. And as we saw 20 years after the event, once a single country gains autonomy, the whole system comes crashing down, and thus the Prague Spring movement could not be tolerated. Claiming that prominent communists in Czechoslovakia asked the Soviets to intervene for a casus belli, the Soviets and the Warsaw Pact invaded. Castro later said that it was an absolute necessity to prevent the eventuality of the restoration of capitalism, and maybe he did have a point. Time and time again throughout all of history, we have seen a somewhat direct connection between the freedom of the people and the liberalization of the economy. Perhaps freedom and socialism are unhappy bedfellows, making this counter-revolutionary argument more plausible. Despite that, the story of the Prague Spring wasn't about capitalism versus socialism. It's the story of socialists rising up against a single-party imperialist empire before being brutally crushed. Thanks for watching.